Pull up a chair, pull up a seat, because we finna get ready to eat. That's spiritual food, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hope y'all doing well. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to the Most High, the God of Israel. I'm feeling blessed and never stressed. Hope y'all feeling protected and never neglected. Let's get right into the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about why God had to isolate you, why God had to isolate me, why God had to isolate us both. He had to isolate us both so we can feel that growth that he wants us to feel. He had to hide us away, put the soil on top of us, so that way in the next season or in a few seasons, we can be propelled to that flower or whatever kind of tree that he wanted us to be. You know what I mean? Because God is our potter. We are the clay. God plants us in a lot of different soils. You feel what I'm saying? He waters us every single day. Isolation. It's a great thing. Don't look at it as like a bad thing. You feel me? Because you have to be isolated to grow sometimes, because anything that you gain in Satan's kingdom, in Satan's world, when you try to cross over and try to start living for the Most High and try to get into God's kingdom, you can't take all the stuff that you gathered in the world with you. Understand that? You know, you can't take your riches to the grave. You can't take anything with you to heaven. So understand this. You isolated for a reason. All those people aren't hitting you up for a reason. Your family, they acting funny for a reason. Your best friend not acting so best friendish no more. Don't try to, when somebody shows you their true colors, stop trying to repaint them, bro. Stop trying to get the paintbrush out and well, when I met you, you was this way. They already showed you their true colors. They already showed you they was yellow, but when you met them, they was purple. Stop trying to repaint them back purple. You feel what I'm saying? That's just an analogy, a simile. You know what I mean? Hope that you caught that. But let's keep pressing forward. People are going to change in your life, especially when you start to live different. You may do something crazy. You may do something of the world, and people going to congratulate you. But when you say, oh, I gave my life to Jesus, they ain't going to clap. The right people are. But more times than none, the people that are in your life on the regular, they're not going to clap for you. They don't really see the importance of that. But it's okay. I clap for you. I commend you. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know what it feels like. I know how important it is, you know, especially when you care about some people and you want them to be as excited about your growth and your spiritual growth as you are. But a lot of times it's not like that. It's okay. We don't have to repay evil with evil. Not saying that by them doing that is them being evil. But what I'm saying is we don't have to retaliate in a manner that we know isn't godlike and we know that he wouldn't want us to behave in, rather. So when you isolate it, count it as joy, because God has to put us in certain soils, right? God has to put us in soils and water us. How are we getting watered? With the word, with the Holy Spirit. I don't know if you know about the story in the Bible where the guy is trying to go to the well and get some water and he comes across Jesus Christ. Little did he know he wouldn't be trying to get to that well if he knew who he had came across. Jesus Christ, the living water, the one who can quench your thirst for far longer than a few bottles of water can. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that we don't need that water, but we do need Jesus Christ way more. That's why when you're going on a fast, per se, you can go for periods of time without water. You can do a dry fast. You can do a fast from food. Because when you are weak in your flesh, you are uplifting your spirit. Isolation is a good thing. Don't count it as a bad thing. Stop trying to repaint people when they show you their true colors. Stop trying to put one foot in, one foot out. You can be a young kid watching my video. Make a decision. Make a decision on which side that you want to be on, because we can't be double-minded. People who are isolated in Satan's kingdom end up being depressed, bunch of anxiety attacks, getting to the drugs heavy. But people who are isolated for God's kingdom, they're reading the word more. They're praying more than they ever did. They're spending time doing things that actually matter. Because you can be isolated and just do drugs and tarnish your life and diminish your life day by day. Or you can be isolated and you can be getting that living word, that living water every single day and adding to your life, your afterlife rather. So you have to make a decision. It's not easy. I was once lukewarm, but you have to ask for the Holy Spirit to be upon you. And once God bestows that upon you and you become fired up, you're going to have that in your heart wherever you go. So you're going to continually know furthermore right from wrong. So if you start living right and you fall back and slip into the wrong, it's not even going to feel fulfilling anymore because you got the Holy Spirit in you. Whereas when you're living in the world, you're doing wrong. And you feel good. You feel, you get that rush, that dopamine effect. But when you have the Holy Spirit with you and you go back and do the wrong that you were doing, you're not going to feel that same feeling because now you have the Holy Spirit with you. So too much is given, much is required. Whenever you receive these things like the Holy Spirit, the wisdom, the discernment, and you're going to gain a lot of these things from being isolated because you are tuning out everybody's voice. You're tuning out your friend's voice, your mother's voice, your dad's voice. And I'm not saying that, you shouldn't have friends. Definitely respect your parents. But what I'm saying is that everybody's not going to be on this same journey. And there's going to be a lot of people that are closest to you. So when God isolates you, he isolates you. He didn't isolate you and your friend. He didn't isolate you and your mom. He didn't do that because everybody's journey and everybody's walk is different. Everybody's relationship and their spiritual sense is different with the Most High. So when he isolates you, he isolates you. Understand that. Think about it like a flower, right? You got the flower bulb. You got some flowers that blossom, but you have certain flowers that don't blossom yet. They're still in that bulb phase. If you try to force that bulb to blossom, it's going to die. So when you try to force people to grow when it's not their time, they're not going to physically die, but their relationship that you have with them may die. Hence why I just gave you the flower analogy. So understand, when God isolates you, he isolates you. It's for your greater good. When people aren't hitting you up, don't be like, dang, they don't mess with me no more. It's for your greater good. That God may still have them in your life whenever you come out of the season of isolation. If they're still there when you come out of the season of isolation, they were probably meant to be there. God's timing is perfect. God's intentions are pure and are true. So we're really trusting in God. We will trust that he put us in isolation for a reason. We won't try to go against the grain. Because the more we try to go against the grain, the more we are prolonging and blocking our blessings. And all of our blessings don't really necessarily have to be money. God can bless you in that way, for sure. Definitely, big time. But also he blesses you with things like peace, wisdom, knowledge. He may give you the gift of healing where you can put your hands on somebody and just pray. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you gained some edification from this video, though. You're isolated for a reason. Everything is just seasons. God may have you in isolation for 1 season, 2 seasons, maybe even a whole year. But understand that trust in God's plan, trust in his vision. If you abide, he will provide. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all.